Hello. Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein and the Road to 100, and today we are in the White City yet again, and today we are going to have a mess of a battlefield for sure,
Are you
because we're going to
checking
have
everything?
several frost turrets happening all at the same time. We're going to have Rose Flame out there like all the time, and then we're going to have blast bolts coming out our ears here. And we're going to have not really a whole lot of damage with our halberd if we need a little bit of Ichor pick-me-up along the way, but we probably won't need it, so we may switch this out anyways. But we'll have our standard 3 gifts here along the way. We'll have Disremember again for Frost Turret, because as soon as you cast Frost Turret, if you use Disremember and then go for another Frost Turret, you can have 2 of these out at all times every 90 seconds. So this will be kind of interesting as we go, because we'll have a very good stagger potential as well as paired up with the black halberd of almost 1300 damage, which is pretty decent for this weapon. And since it does pierce on its first attack and even on the alternate light attack, we have two pokes very quickly if we need to. So you can go 1, 2, and you can really get some good Ichor back, and while at the same time doing some good pierce damage. So let's go ahead and get ourselves up here as much as we can at the beginning, and this will be very interesting to see how all of this pairs up. And the explosions are going to be massive stagger potential regardless of what is happening. So this is a good time to use Ichor regeneration here in between each of the areas, and the invasion is going to be not fun at all. That is for sure. Okay, let's get some Ichor here. Okay, and it looks like we are up to full Ichor, so that's very good. Now, typically, when you've watched me, you've never seen me fight in the circular room here, because you get overwhelmed by the enemy very easily. But this time we are definitely going to fight in the circular room because of the frost turrets that we will have available. So let's go ahead and head on in. Okay. Okay. And we will go for a couple of frost turrets here. Okay. Now this is going to be very dangerous because of Eva here. Okay, let's go ahead and get some backstabs here. Ouch. Okay, we are getting hammered. Now that is unfortunate that the double frost turrets is over. Ouch. Eva, okay. Yep, and Eva's dead. So the frost turrets, even though they don't do a whole lot of damage, they absolutely are great for controlling the amount of stagger that you can put out on the enemy. However, this is going to be one tough battle because we will be in the circular room. Now, typically when you run this invasion, you definitely do not want to be in the circular room, because you constantly want to be, you know, somewhere else where you can control the flow of battle. And as you can see, if you just poke, you can absolutely take these enemies down very easily, because of the fact of being able to stagger every hit basically with the black halberd. So it's really good stuff. Okay, so as we get ready to go back in, obviously we want to get as much Ichor as possible, while at the same time being ready to, you know, encounter this enemy set here. And we have plenty of Ichor here, so we'll go for one of these. Okay, and another one. Okay, good. Oh, and monkeys. Oops. Apparently I am constantly getting attacked here. There we go. Okay, good. Nice. Rose Flame doing its job there. Okay. Now we do need a little bit of ico here. Okay. Oops. Now, unfortunately, when you are doing launch attacks, right, you can't actually do what you're doing here. So with frost turret, so that's pretty bad. Okay. Nice job, Eva. Okay, the monkeys are getting staggered around, so that's great. Oops. Okay. Now we do need a little bit of hardcore here. Thanks, Eva. Okay, we got backstab, I guess. Hopefully Eva can go heal herself. Okay. Let's get this going. Let's go ahead and heal. Oh, whoops. There's an enemy here. Okay. Okay, good. This invasion is going not so swimmingly. Okay. Oh, Eva, come on. She must have been otherwise engaged with that purple lady, and she didn't actually get it killed. But as you can see, if you are kind of one-on-one, you can kind of bully all the enemies around. The problem becomes when you have multiple enemies all at once, as Rose Flame does have a little bit of spin-up time to be effective. But with the rest of the attack strings that we have through the entire gift set here, well, we do have pretty good cooldowns all around, especially when paired up with Disremember. And if we, you know, have enough stamina, we're able to keep up, which is why we have Stamina Stimulant here for that extra increase in our stamina requirements, because we do have a lot of dodging that we need to do, and a lot of hyper recovery at the same time. So let's go ahead and get in here. Whoops. Okay. Okay, we're missing every single attack here. Okay, good, we got one attack. No bad thing here. Good. Okay, I think he hit Eva with an attack, so that was not good. Okay, I think he hit Eva again. It's not great. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna try and work our way through the invasion here. Let's see here, who's next? Okay, we're getting pretty good luck here on the parries. Okay, good. Okay. Good stagger there. What? Oops. Nice job, Eva. Alright, we did it. Holy cow. Okay, that was actually a lot of pain. Serious amounts of pain. And now we have a very, very difficult task ahead of us to head on through here. So we'll get rid of this and we will go for lifesteal. So as we start to kill enemies, which shouldn't be too hard since, you know, we have a lot of ability here to actually take out all kinds of enemies all at one time. And it will help us generate enough health to do what we need to do. So, for example, doing things like that and doing things like this, that's 10% of our health that we just got back for free. So that's very, very, very nice. And because we do have the ability to throw people off ledges and such, we are going to take full advantage of that for our life recovery. Okay, so same thing here. We'll just get back some health here along the way. And that is the nice thing about this build set, that you absolutely have, you know, options in your passives in how you want to go about, you know, engaging. Okay, we will take that parry there for sure, and we will go for the kill, so we get another 5% of our health. So already we are starting on the road to recovery here for our ability to get back as much health as possible before things go awry as they once did. So we will make sure that we are getting enough ichor along the way. Okay. Oops. There we go. Ouch. You're dead. Nice. Okay, so there's a little bit of health from Eva and a 5% increase to our health there from that enemy, which is very, very nice. Okay. Okay. And the useful ability of knocking enemies down is incredible. Oops. There we go. We'll go for a launch attack instead. Okay, so as you can see, we do have a pretty rough time with these enemies through here, but because we do have a pretty good slash defense veil in the suicide spur here, we are able to take a couple of these hits from these enemies without being too much in jeopardy of our health and setup and everything. So, and as you see, we have plenty of ichor recovery along the way, and we are completely able to keep all of our gifts going at all the same time, all the time. So it's really, really good stuff that we are able to, you know, constantly, you know, keep everything going at one time, and we don't really have any super problems of ichor recovery. So we're here at 2.42, which is a pretty good value for a halberd. There are better values and stuff out there, but it is pretty good, all things considered. Okay, so as we head through here, I guess we'll keep lifesteal on because we're not doing invasions until after the berserker. So this will be good enough for what we're running right now. Now, the cathedral is always a little bit longer than most of the other places just because of how much running around you have to do. And, you know, we could zoom through here with lightning charge if we want, but it's fun to see how you encounter each of the enemies in each of the rooms and see, you know, just how everything operates. Okay, Eva's just gonna take care of business there, so that's fine. We'll go for Ichor Regeneration. And let's go for a turret. And let's go ahead and see what this enemy is going to do. Okay. Very nice. And as you can see, once we throw the enemy to the ground, having the ability to, you know, make up for lost time, I guess you could say, with Rose Flame, it allows you to, you know, absolutely ruin the enemy. And it's really, really cool that that's even the case. Okay, and we're gonna jump. Good. And since this is a guaranteed knockdown, we will watch it explode in the flames here. Oh. Okay. Well, that could have gone better. But Eva definitely is on point. Which, I mean, I wasn't even worried. Okay. Oh, she's attacking another enemy. I hope that is... There we go. There we go. Okay, and that's where the fun of this build setup comes in, is there's a lot of dodging, a lot of throwing your gifts out there, and they're delayed satisfaction. This is all an entire set of delayed sets of damage, and sometimes, you know, you can't stand that amount of delay on what you're doing, but with what we're doing, it works out fairly decent. Okay. Okay, let's bring this boy over here, and we'll go for a drain attack so we can get rid of his shield. Oh, whoops. Okay, and you can see the stagger there. We did have a few good dodges and such, but the reality is that we really didn't need too much, because we were able to constantly you know, damage the enemy, which is great. Okay, and they fall down with flames, and those flames, if the enemy is on top of the burning caltrops, then they will absolutely be devastated. But if they are moving through them, they also trigger them and are damaged slightly. But the best thing is to catch them in the explosions outright, and that is an absolutely devastating scenario when the enemy is surrounded by them and they all explode kind of all at one time. It is an insane amount of damage that you can get off, especially if you have a very, very high dark value. Alright. As we continue on, it's a little more of the same here with each of the enemies, but the reality is that, you know, you absolutely can make these enemies, you know, hate their options. Okay. As you can see here, there's not a whole lot of damage. Nope, and we were not able to have her jump into the flames, but that's okay. We will get a good accident here at some point. Sure of it. Okay. Nope. Oh, okay, good job, Eva. We will just go for some pokes there and get some Ichor back. And whenever you're playing with some of these weirder, more niche kind of scenarios, you really do have to pay attention to your movement and your stamina bar a whole lot more than normal, because that is going to continue your Ichor recovery or not. And since Ichor recovery is essentially what this entire build operates against, then you have to make sure that you are, you know, doing things a certain way. And as you can see there, the ability to knock down somebody is, you know, kind of a underrated kind of mechanic in the game, but it allows you so much control over what's going on. It's way worth it. Okay, Eva's just gonna take care of business here for me. No problem. Okay, let's get some Ichor going here. And that's where Ichor regeneration comes in super handy, is just the fact that you are not needing damage from everything, since it's literally only an Ichor generator. Um, it just has a passive benefit that when you are not using Ichor regeneration, you are getting, you know, a significant damage increase. And so that's really what the only reason why we have generation is for extra Ichor, but then when it's off cooldown, we can get a whole lot more damage, and we can actually use our weapon to damage the enemy or kill. And
Where did
since
it come from?
and since Ichor regeneration is a massive reduction in your damage, we don't really want to worry about that too much. So let's go ahead and get some Ichor back from this guy, so we can do this and this, and just get rid of these guys outright, so they are not a
Find
problem
something
for
good.
us at all. Okay, as we continue on, you'll notice that everything is kind of onesie-twosie kind of engagements, which is completely fine, which is where this kind of setup excels very, very well, because you are able to, you know, constantly um, get back everything that you need to when you need to. Okay? Okay? And we are going to need some Ichor food. Okay, thanks, Eva. Because obviously we don't have enough Ichor recovery on our weapon. Oops. Okay, good. And then we will go for a launch. Okay, no launch. There's a launch. Good grief. We're just getting destroyed here. Let's destroy them a little bit more. And you can see that when Bloodsucking Blades and Hunting Feast are disappeared from our presence, we absolutely have a horrible time getting Ichor back. And that is why those two are constantly on these builds, because you need tons of gifts and to continually activate everything that you're going for. So, okay, this will do it for part 1 of the Cathedral for this run of 63 stars here. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for probably we'll finish out the Cathedral
This
all
is
the way
new, isn't it?
with a different build altogether. So we'll probably run some light stuff tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. But this is Orion, and if you don't have the Black Halberd, I recommend picking one up, as it pairs very, very, very exceptionally well with Orion here. So I highly recommend it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.